This is our injection guide. We're going to talk all about needles. We're going to get over the fear of needles, areas of injection, and how to pull up your peptide. So here's our needle. This is going to be the needle end, and this is the plunger end. This is a 31 gauge 5/16 needle, very small, used for insulin primarily. This is called the insulin syringe. When I was getting over the fear of needles, all I thought was there's so many people out there with diabetes. They do this multiple times a day. I can do it one time a week. It's sharp, which is good because that's going to be what punctures the skin easily. The sharper it is, the easier that puncture is going to be. I will say you will not feel this most of the time. Every once in a while, it'll be maybe just a slight little pinch. Overall, it's a very smooth, easy process. This is the plunger end. And then on here is going to be our measurements in units. If you order through LEMD, your prescription by the doctor is going to be described in units. So I have thymosin alpha-1 here. It does tell me the dose, but it also says inject 10 units under the skin 1 to 2 times daily for 5 days on, 2 days off. As far as order of operations go, we will start from the top. I'm going to grab my prescription, pop out my vial. If this is a new vial, you're going to have a cap on here, and you can remove that cap. There's 2 things we need to wipe with an alcohol prep. The top of the vial every time you inject, and then whatever area you're going to inject. So we're going to focus on a abdomen systemic injection here, which is really the easiest area to inject because everything's right here. You grab a little fat and wipe clean, and then that's where you're going to inject. Remove cap, remove other cap. My dose was 10 units, so I'm going to pull down to just past 10 units. I'm going to pierce the center of the vial, and I'm going to inject the air back into the vial. This is going to allow me to pull. I'm going to pull back down to the 10, and it should fill up pretty quickly. Remove your needle. You put your vial back into that plastic prescription case. Close it. So here I have my peptide pulled up to 10 units. I'm going to do a nice flick. That's going to allow all the bubbles to go up. I'm going to do a slight amount of pressure on my plunger until I see one little drop coming out of the needle. So I see that now. That tells me there's no air within the syringe or the needle. I'm going to go back to where I prepped for injection, and we're going to inject it at 45. Our needle has a bevel on it, so you want the sharpest part of the needle closest to the skin, and it's going to be a 45. So we can lean over, grab a little bit of skin and fat. It's a subcutaneous injection. I'm going to go in at a 45. Once that needle is in there, I'm going to push down steady pressure on the plunger. Once the plunger meets the end of the syringe, I'm going to pull that out. And then I'm going to cap my syringe or just toss it into a sharps container. And that's how to inject your peptides.